Good evening, listener. Thanks for joining us. You're listening to Horror Story Time. Please welcome your host and the star of this series, master storyteller, Otis Gyrie.
Borders by Adam Gray. My name is Jack Sweeney, and I'm from the same place as you are. Set aside a few superficial differences, and I could have been you. This is important because when I lived in your time, I did nothing to stop the events that are now happening in mine, because I didn't know. No one did. I could have been you, and if I'd known the things that I'm about to tell you, then I could have stopped it. It started with Limbo in the U.S., land-based impassable borders. They finally had a low-cost, sustainable, and highly efficient solution to controlling the border problem. With a few field emitters, the entire southern border was almost instantly walled off from Mexico and South America. A blue, impassable screen stretched 2,000 feet above the surface and as deep as they could drill below. I've touched them. They feel cool and smooth like glass, and you can see distorted shapes of things from the other side inside it, swirling within the field. The fields required no further energy beyond the simple setup: 3 emitters to make a triangle of any size, 4 to make a square. Once they'd been set, it was supposed to take over 100 years for the molecules to decay and turn back into air. This meant that the transmitters could be removed and reused infinitely. It was the threat of war that persuaded the smaller European countries to put up their own walls. Skilled technicians were in high demand, erecting fences across the many borders. Borders were disputed, complex agreements were signed, but once the walls went up, there was nothing much more final than that. Pictures from the orbit at night showed Europe glowing blue. A few of the smallest countries seemed to disappear completely. The only way in or out from these places was by air. The average person would never see the inside. There was no war, not in the sense that they'd been expecting anyway. The first time a border fell was between the small town of Trevecchia and its larger counterpart, Yugo. Trevecchia held about 3,000 people. Its largest attraction was an ancient church that stood in the middle of town. The border changed from cool, dark blue to fiery red. From the people of Yugo's perspective, the little town was burned away like some kind of deathly MRI scan. It plowed a smoking trough through the middle of the country, Grzeg, toward its capital city of the same name. In a last-ditch effort to stop the wall, a set of field emitters and a special team were flown into Grzeg. It was, perhaps, the best team anywhere in the world, my team. We'd been prepped to respond to the escalating tensions in the region, ready to stop anything that started. Even we weren't sure that it would stop this, however, and we made sure that the helicopter pilots kept the rotors spinning in case things didn't work out. At midnight, and not a minute too soon, we initiated the field. It was thick, the thickest any of us had ever seen. You could feel the red wall vaporizing the ground as it pressed toward us. My team was hovering above the ground with as many passengers as we could take when it found our blue border. Like molten glass, it bent, curving to match the angle, but its momentum never slowed. At the moment when it could go no further, the air crackled like it was full of electricity. Our helicopter dropped. The only lights left were the moon and the stars. When I crawled clear of the wreckage, the walls were gone. The secret to turning the borders into weapons of mass destruction was out in a matter of days. Teams like mine, composed of only a few people, could systematically destroy entire countries. Europe and Asia bore many scars. 10 times as many limbos went up. They were the weapon, but also the defense. Threats were made and bombs were dropped from the sky. Aimbows were engineered, and aerial warfare and travel almost totally ceased. The first time an aerial impassable border was turned into a weapon, it turned Hawaii into nothing but a cloud of steam. Then after the walls went up, the world fell into an uneasy peace. People went about rebuilding their lives from inside their transparent cubes. It wasn't the U.S. that broke the peace, not that we weren't trying to think of a way. Someone small, independent, and well-connected enough to get inside found it first. A huge triangular-shaped swath of earth simply sank into the ground in 4 different countries. The walls they'd built to protect them against the outside world sealed them in instead. They were slowly consumed by the red hell beneath their feet. It's going to be an awful way to die. As I write this, the east coast of the United States is sinking. It's genius, really. In a few more minutes, the ocean will drain into the void that is left. It's too late for walls. I have to believe that if we'd known, we never would have built that first border. I never would have built that first border. You know now. Please, stop me.
Hi, Otis Gyrie here. Thanks for joining me around the digital campfire today. Your support means everything to me. I wanted to take a moment to ask you to support me and help me make storytelling my career by joining the Chilling Tales for Dark Nights members area. There are links in the video description below. If you love what I do, help me make this my full-time job by signing up for any membership of your choice. With your support, I can quit my day job and dedicate my day to putting out more twisted tales more regularly and take more of your requests. With a membership, not only do you get instant access to my archive of 200-plus audio stories in HD format, but you'll get them weeks or months before the public does. You'll also get access to the full archive of hundreds of fully produced Chilling Tales for Dark Nights tales, including several narrated by me, and advanced access there as well. In addition to that, you'll get exclusive members-only access to private monthly livestream events and direct access to me and the rest of the team via the Direct Connect and Production Lounge features, where you'll get the opportunity to let your voice be heard and get insider updates. Members will also get the opportunity to earn money by referring friends and family to us. So what do you
Chilling Tales for Dark Nights.